All right. Right now, I have here Renee, master trainer from the US. So the first thing I want you to do is introduce yourself, tell us your full name, where do you live in the States? So go ahead.
All right. Hey guys, my name is Renee Pickett and I live in Winston-Salem, North Carolina in the United States.
Fantastic. So you are actually my second guest of this whole series of interview chit chat with master trainers.
I love
So,
it.
um, what do you think people would like to know about you that they don't usually get to see on social media or maybe some of the marketing materials that we see a lot?
Um, Probably that I'm just really a nerd. Like I'm honestly a very goofy person. I'm not a serious person ever, really, hardly. Um, I'm actually super just chill, go with the flow kind of person. Um, and I'm very goofy. Like I guess that would be maybe if somebody would have a preconceived notion, they might think that based upon what they see like marketing wise, that everybody thinks I'm probably like super like and I'm really not like that at all. I think it's funny that people think
Let's go
that.
from the beginning. Can you tell us about your fitness journey in general? Just like fitness, not like Zumba or strong, but just fitness journey in general.
So as a kid, I was always very athletic. I played soccer was my sport. Like that was my love. My first love for anything was soccer. But I did, gymnastics. I did jazz, tap, and ballet. I was kicked out of ballet
Is there a
because I
story
always
that you
wanted to
can
do
tell us?
that. Huh?
Is there a story that you can tell us how you got kicked off or why you got kicked out of ballet?
Yeah, for sure. So I really, really loved jazz, and I took all three classes and gymnastics like they were side by side. And so my aunt was in the same classes, and so I just really liked jazz, and I would always try to practice our dance moves for jazz in ballet instead of being really form and at the bar. And so finally, they just got really sick of it. They're like, "This is ballet. This is not jazz. You're not supposed to be doing that." And they were just went to my mom and said, "I really don't think that your daughter really wants to."
Oh, there's a little hiccup. It's okay. It will come back. We
No,
already,
yeah,
there you go.
sorry. But they said, maybe your daughter, I don't think your daughter likes ballet. I think you should keep her in jazz and tap. That was a really polite way of being like, I don't think she needs to do ballet anymore.
Very cool.
So
So you're
yeah.
a dancer. So you actually have dance training.
I mean, my mom was a modern jazz like dancer, and so she was really back in the 80s. She was very big, like the Jane Fonda leggings and the leotards like that go up the butt and the leg warmers. Like she was the whole thing. And so I've dancing has always been a part of my life since I was little. Yeah.
Very cool. And then how you got into fitness, like fitness.
So that one, honestly, after I had Carter, our second son, um, so both my kids are 20 months apart, and I was a young mom, and I lost the weight from Dawson like within the first 5 days of having him. I was back into my clothes before I got
Wow.
pregnant. Yeah, so because I was also really young, but then when I had Carter, that was a different story because, I had two kids that close together and he had some health issues. So all I did was just sit and nurse because he had some health problems. I kept gaining weight afterwards, which I'd never experienced before. And a gym opened around the corner from us. And Brian went and got a membership. And I was like, no, I don't want to take him in there. He's been having some health issues. I'm not going to take him in there until he's a year old. I'm not going to go into childcare. So I waited till, he was a year old. I was weaning him from breastfeeding. And then I decided to go. And then I just would go onto the cardio equipment,
Yeah.
honestly. Like I really didn't know how to do much of anything else. He would try to tell me how to lift. I just felt awkward, being around. It seemed like only guys were there and I didn't know what I was doing. So I would always just go to the elliptical and the treadmills. And one day a lady invited me into a Zumba class. And I was like, no, I'm good. Thanks. And then she invited me again. And this time I was like, oh, I mean, this is so boring. Why not? So I went into the Zumba class and I was mortified. Like, super mortified, very embarrassed, because I felt like everybody knew what they were doing but me.
Yeah.
And it was just so humbling. And so I remember I stayed for the whole class, but I remember being like, I will never publicly humiliate myself like that ever again. And I told Brian, I was drenched, like I was drenched in sweat. And he was like, well, you look like you got a good workout. I'm like, I will never do that to myself voluntarily ever again. And so anyway, like 2 weeks later, the lady invited me back again, and I was like, I'm good, thank you, all right, I'm good. And then Brian come over, and he's like, I know you want to go in there. And I'm like, no, I don't. He's like, yeah, you do. And I was like, I'm not going back in there. He's like, listen, nobody's looking at you. Everybody's looking at the instructor. I promise you. Go get in the back or something. And I was like, all right. So I went in, and like the class had already started. And I was really surprised that I remembered even a few moves from the first time, that it was easier. And it was fun. So I was even more drenched in sweat, and then I loved it. So then I just kept going back. And I lost like 20, I want to say I lost like 20 pounds doing just Zumba within like a 6 month time period.
Wow, incredible. So cool. And then for people who probably have seen your social media, because who hasn't? And now that you're doing your weight training, you look incredible. And now that you're telling people the story that you started your fitness journey because you wanted to just exercise because after you had your child, and you didn't even want to do anything except for like just cardio machines, which is really, I don't personally like it because I want something fun. I never actually run on a treadmill for the workout. I mean, I did a warm up like on a treadmill for like 5 minutes and I do something else, but I never actually run on a treadmill. If I have to run, which I don't like to run, if I have to, I would actually run outside so I can see different things. But like treadmill at the gym, for me, it's just like, I would rather take like 5 cardio classes, step aerobics, just high, low, whatever, like something different, right?
I agree. Yeah. Only time I would say now the only time I hop on a treadmill is if I'm training for a Spartan race. And I typically only use them for hill sprints because it's so much easier than having to go find a hill. So I'll just like up the incline. I'll keep one treadmill going on normal and the other treadmill, but I'm with you. I like to run outside too.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. So you became a ZES, and how was that story?
So actually funny, I didn't even want to be a ZES. That's what's really, really hilarious. So let me just tell you this whole thing. Do you remember Ko Herlong?
Of course. She was on the original B2 video.
Yeah, so Ko was my
ZES.
my ZES.
Oh, there you go. She's going to come back. There you go.
There we go. Well, she was my ZES for B1, for B2, for Zumba, or at the time it was Zumba Atomic. And so I just loved her. And I was just really I loved the way that she projected so much energy and just really that's kind of how I kind of always wanted to teach. But my instructor wasn't like that. So I just kind of didn't know that I could even be that way in a class and just like really get interactive with people. So I ended up, following her around like everywhere. I would email her like, if you need to help her, like I want to help you. I was never like, I want to be a ZES. It was never like that. It was like, I want to learn everything I could from this incredible educator and woman. And I would just go to her stuff. Yeah. Anytime she was within an hour or two of my house, and we would Brian and I would drive up there. We'd get to take the master class. I would help sign people in. I would help throughout the day. And then I just did that for probably, I want to say like 2 years. Wow. And then she came to me and she would always be like, teach a song in the master class, do something, and she just kind of always nudged me front. And I would come up with my own choreography for stuff. And so she would say, hey, teach that new choreography that's a merengue or whatever. So then she came to me one day and said, I was like, listen, why don't you just let me become your personal assistant? Like, I'm always here. You need someone to help you. And she was like, actually, I would love to have you as a personal assistant, but there's a new program coming out that I really think you should apply for. And I was like, I don't know that I want to do anything like that. And she was like, Renee, just apply. It's called Zumba Jammers, and I really think that you would love it. You create choreo all the time, and all you got to do is just make this one little intro video, teach 2 songs, and that's all I'm asking you to do. And if you don't get it, and it doesn't work out, then I would definitely like to consider you as an assistant. I was like, okay, cool, fine, I'll do it. And I really just did it for appeasement. I really did not. And then I remember everybody started getting all the rejection letters and the emails, and I started getting more and more nervous because I wasn't getting a message. And I was like, shit, what if this really happens? And anyway, I did. I got it. I became a Zumba jammer, the first one in North Carolina. And
I
I'm the
didn't know
very
you were a
first,
jammer. I actually didn't know.
the very first round. I was in the very first round of Zumba jammers that
So
were
were you
hired.
with like Alina Groupman and that group?
Yep.
Because she
Yeah.
was the
So
first batch as well, right? The
yes,
first.
and that's right. First generation one.
Yeah.
And then you remember Zen 38, Elena, Bianca, and I all did the DVD together.
You were there? You were actually one
Yeah.
of them?
Yes, that's
Oh, I
right.
remember that Zine volume. I'm like, okay, cool. All the jammers,
Yeah,
like three jammers were on that volume. One of them was you?
yes.
Ah, I need to go back and look at it.
By Lans, Stereo Love, and one of
I
Blog Talk.
know that one.
Yep. So those are the three songs that I did. There was a song by Watata, and the name of it just escapes me right now. But yeah, those are my three songs, and that was so that was. But then when I was a jammer, I started realizing how much I loved working with instructors. Like I really liked the educating part, like teaching them something instead of just choreos. And also for me, with the boys being so small, it just seems like so much work to constantly come up with new choreo.
Yeah.
Was hard. It was just a lot to. And back at the time, we had to do 9 songs in those 3 hours. So I decided, on top of all the classes, I was teaching 12 classes a week, and then I was doing jams. So I decided to, I really liked working with little kids. I would teach Zumba Kids classes constantly. So I applied to be a Zumba Kids ZES, at the time Zumba Atomic, I think.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh, we'll see what happens, you know. And then I got it, and then that's when I left the ZJ position, and that's where education started.
At the time, was it still Gina, right? Gina was the lead says for the program at the time.
I don't remember. I think so. Either that or Jessica had just taken over.
Right,
It's
right,
one or
right.
the other. That was a very long time ago.
Yeah.
But I remember my first training was I was supposed to be having like tons of time to be prepared to teach. And then suddenly Marcy had an urgent thing come up, and she could not teach this training in Connecticut. And they were like, I know that you're not really, you were waiting until at least 2 months from now, but, we really need you to cover this training for Marcy. There is no one else in the United States that can cover this training. And I was like, oh, okay. Of course, I'll do whatever I can to help. And then I get there, and it is sold out. It was a sold out training, and everyone was like, who are you? You're not Marcy. I
I
was
know.
so mortified. It was crazy, but it ended up good.
Good. That's so cool. Well, number one, I didn't even realize it was you on that Zine volume because I have it.
So you're gonna have to go and walk it. My hair was that was a long time ago. My hair used to be so long I could sit on it, and it was super, super curly, like really, really curly.
Also, I literally want to just like grab my DVD right now and just hip hop in a DVD player and see it.
Later, you'll get to see it later. But it's funny because a lot of people don't like. I've had very different phases. I guess I'm not one of those people that have always looked the same. I just like to experiment and like just try different stuff. Yeah, that's okay though. That's a guy thing too. I think more of a guy thing.
Yeah.
Guys tend to like. There's only so much you can do, I guess, unless you're willing to get extensions and all that.
I wish I could. So now that you're a strong master trainer, the program they do heavily involve just like regular fitness movement. On top of that, you also have like martial arts movements. Do you have any martial art background at all?
No. I mean, I took like 2 karate classes in a garage of a friend when I was little. That's not enough to count. No, actually, that was probably the most intimidating or like nerve-wracking part of when we first began Strong, because I was just like, oh my gosh, like I'm very big on authenticity, and I'm very big on not trying to be something that I'm not.
Yeah.
I don't mind I definitely will always work to be better at something, but I'm never going to try to go like pretend that I'm something I'm not. So for me, I just had to really work on that side really, really hard. And Eileen knows, like, I have sent her, so like sometimes there's a new move that I've never done or never seen. And I'll literally film myself and I'll say, okay, something's not working. Tell me how to fix this. And she'll give me feedback, back and forth. But no martial arts.
Oh, but it's
Athletic
cool.
all the way.
Like for me, whatever I actually don't feel comfortable and I don't know, the more I want to work on it to at least
Right.
look presentable. Because the
Absolutely.
position that we're in, I would like to be presentable. I want people to like at least think that, okay, so this guy actually worked on it and he wants to like show us how it's done, right? So
Right.
when I don't know anything, I actually want to work even harder on that.
Right, exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel the same way. Especially if you're going to be teaching people how to do something, it's really important. Everything, skill is all learned.
Yeah,
There's always natural talent, but skill, in my opinion, skill always beats natural talent, like
absolutely.
hands down. Yeah.
Yeah, attitude. Your attitude that you want to learn and improve. When did you begin doing all your weightlifting or your Spartan races and all that?
So, really, I think the big pivotal turn that I started looking towards strength training was, I want to say it was back in 2014. And it's really funny because I remember I went through this really frustrating phase, like just being honest, like that's what you want in this, right? You want honesty.
Yeah.
Okay. So in 2014, I went through this really frustrating phase as a ZES. And I felt like I just really did not belong. I actually went to Darren, and I've told this story before, so I know he won't mind me telling it again. Um, I went to him and I said, I don't feel like I fit in. Like, I don't feel like I belong anymore here on the Zumba side. I'm not sexy. I'm not girly. I'm not like, that's not me. I was like, it's not me. And he was just like, I dyed my hair purple. I remember that. Do you remember when I had purple hair?
Now
So
that you talk about it, yeah.
I dyed my hair purple, and it was at Zumba convention, and that's when I went and spoke to him. And I dyed my hair purple, honestly, as a way for me to basically quit caring what people thought. Like, honestly, that was my thing. I was like, no more. I'm tired of, because in a very beginning part of my journey, I would look at other people's success or other views, and I would be like, oh, so how can they're successful? So maybe if I mimic some of the things they're doing, I'll be successful too. And I kept getting just nothing. I just kept getting nowhere. So at the midpoint, like spring of 2014, I decided basically, I won't say any bad words on your broadcast, but I basically was like, F it. I'm going to free myself from everyone's opinions. And one of the ways that I did that was by dyeing the whole head purple. And that really freed me emotionally. And also just like, it really opened up a lot of creativity to me. I stopped thinking about others and just started forging what made me happy.
Yep.
And one of the things I found was lifting weights for some reason was super therapeutic. I started noticing a reduction in my injuries because at the time I was doing a ton of cardio and that was it. So I noticed that, and then I found HIIT training, and I really loved HIIT training. And so when I went to Darren and told him that I didn't think I belonged anymore, he said, just don't go anywhere. There's something coming that I can't tell you about right now, but I really feel like you're going to be perfect for it. Please trust me. And I was like, okay. He was like, and are you a personal trainer? And I was like, well, not yet. I would like to become one. And he said, okay, get your personal trainer certification as soon as possible. Trust me. And I was like, fine. So I left and I went and I became, I signed up for Alpha CPT. I did that. And then I got a call that fall to come and help create what at the time Strong by Zumba, now Strong Nation. And I remember getting there and they were very vague too. They were like, okay, guys, we're excited to bring you to Miami. Start thinking about everything fitness that you do. And I'm like, that is so vague. Like, how do I prepare for that? But then when we got there, I knew this is where, like, when I was like, this is it. Like, this is where I belong. So I
That is
kind of,
so cool.
yeah, never looked back. I mean, yeah.
And then what's Brian part of the inspiration? How you guys like worked out together now? Because I see all the social media, you guys like the power couple, the fit couple that's always doing things together. I think it's super sweet and super cool.
Well, yes, it's funny. Ryan and I we like different things. He loves to run and he loves to jump rope. I don't mind jump roping. I just get kind of bored with it. So I don't, not a, oh, I'll do that, but he loves it. Like he's obsessed with it. 30 minutes. And I'm like, I would get so
I
bored just
saw his
hopping.
Instagram video. I was there.
Yeah, he's so good at it. I'm not. He does like to run. I like to run. My problem is with how much we do with strong and how much we do. I teach machine boot camp, which is also hit. My problem is that I run out of body fat. And so I have to be really, really careful about my calories or my muscle starts getting taken away. So I will run when I have the calories to spare, but lately I haven't had the calories to spare.
How
And
many people can actually say that?
do what?
How many people can actually say that? I run out of calorie to spare.
Probably all of the master trainers.
Well, I had a big meal this evening.
Oh, come on. I eat 5 times a day, no lie. And my body just burns real fast. I have a fast metabolism. So I do like to run.
Weight training or the resistance training, it actually helps to burn after your
Right.
workout. So
Exactly. But yeah, no, we'll get in the gym. We're also very different. He is a super morning person. I hate that. That is my biggest pet peeve about him is that, he likes to wake up at like the other day, the alarm went off and I was like, what the hell? It's dark outside. What does he have going on today? And I like really quickly snatched up his phone and like turned off the alarm. And then he got so upset because I let it, I caused him to sleep until 7. And he was like, why'd you turn my alarm? I'm like, did you have somewhere to be? He's like, yeah, I wanted to go to the gym by 6. I was like, why? What for? He was like, I just like to start my day. And I'm like, who does that? That's anyway, so we're very different.
Bed? What time do you guys go
Huh?
to bed?
Okay, so I would like to be in bed by no later than 11. I'm doing better. I usually am asleep by at the latest 11:45, but I just know my body. I really like to have 7 hours of sleep if I can. Brian is one of those people that can function on little sleep. I don't know. I think people are just wired that way. Yeah, he can go to bed at midnight and get back up at 6 a.m. and be ready to go. But he also doesn't teach strong. So, it's very different. Like just going for a run and lifting is such a different animal. That compared to strong.
Yeah. Wow.
But yeah, enjoy it.
I don't get home until usually 9:30, 10 p.m. That's when I actually arrive home.
Same. Yeah.
So I won't be in bed by 11 or 11:45. Usually it's like now 1 a.m.
Oh my gosh. I know. I can't believe that. It's so crazy. It's so crazy. What time do you usually get up though the next day?
Well, it depends if I have class in the morning. The earliest class that I have right now, it's 11 a.m. So I usually wake up 2 hours before that because I need a good 45 minutes to have my breakfast, do all this and all this and all that. It takes me like good 45 minutes. And then I like to get to the gym slightly earlier to prepare my music and settle myself down. So yeah, like 9 o'clock would be a good day. 10 o'clock would be a very good day. If I wake up at 10, that's like very good.
That's pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty good and good. At least you're getting sleep. That's important. I've noticed sleep. I have learned the hard way. Sleep is so important.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, I should I should definitely go shower and sleep soon. Let's talk about like something fun that people would like to know. What is your favorite genre of music?
Hip hop.
Oh, cool. What about
Yep.
movies?
Movies. I guess some people would call them sci-fi. I
Okay.
am a huge vampire werewolf fan.
Zombies?
No, I don't like zombies.
Okay, I'm the opposite. I actually love zombies. I don't care about vampires nor werewolves. Do you like TV series or movie? Which one do you prefer?
TV series, definitely.
Ah,
Yes, my
which-
favorite is Survivor.
Oh
Which,
wow, you still watching it?
oh God, I haven't missed a season. Like I've seen every single season since the beginning.
What is it right now? Like 35 or something? What is it?
I think 36 is what is getting ready to happen. There's a new one coming out. One day one day I will try out for Survivor. Brian and I both will. So we will definitely. And the Amazing Race, like we wanted to try out for that. I'm trying to talk my friends into creating an eco challenge. Have you seen the eco challenge? Oh, that's the new thing. Like the eco challenge race is amazing. Like I'm obsessed with outdoorsy stuff like that. Like I love to watch. It's so weird. I never would have thought. I love to watch stuff like Man versus Wild and anything like reality with people in the woods. I always
What about
watch.
the
Besides
show
vampire stuff,
American Ninja Warrior? Are you into that?
I do like American Ninja Warrior. It's fun to watch. It just kind of doesn't last that long. I really enjoy I enjoy seeing the struggle, and I really actually enjoy learning things like real life situations. Like if you were here's a really weird thing I learned. So if you're ever abandoned in the forest and you are stuck without water, you can go and find moss, like where trees grow, and moss holds water, and you can actually suck the water out of the moss.
Oh, survival skills.
Survival skills. I love stuff like
Good to know. Well, the thing is, we don't have forest where I live. I only have concrete. Oh, is she coming back? Okay, she's coming back. Great.
that. Oh, sorry. So no forest in China or in
Well,
Hong Kong?
I live in a city. Like it's a
Oh,
huge city. We do actually not a forest, but we do have like mountains. We have like trails we can go into, but it's not like a forest.
okay.
Like you won't get well. I've seen people get lost, but like you won't actually get lost and died in there. We don't have bears. We don't have like danger animals. No,
Really?
it's a city. This is like New York. Like you're in New York.
Oh yeah, I guess that's true. I was running a Spartan race in West Virginia, and there were bears on, like they actually caught them on camera. They ran through like right in front of a racer. A baby black bear cub went running right across in front of the racer. We're all just out there in the mountains, running running races with bears everywhere.
How many Spartan races have you done?
Uh, I want to say I've done 9. I believe it's 9 now.
Okay.
I think it's 9 because I did a double trifecta last year, which is 3 of each, which is a sprint, supers, and beasts, and then the year before that we did 3. So I think I did. Yeah, I think I did 9 so far.
I have no knowledge about that race because I've never done it.
Oh, it's so fun. I mean, if you don't like to run, you could still do you should still, everyone should experience a Spartan race. I'm ready for them to get back into it.
Yeah.
Um, hopefully 2021, I've already got my season pass and I'm ready, and I will be gone. Like you will not see me in 2021. I'm just kidding.
You'll be out in wild,
I'll be on the race.
running alongside with bears.
Exactly.
Well, I think what oh my god, I was supposed to do like a 10-15 minute chit chat easy and it turned out to be like a 26 minute. No, it's good because people want to get to know us a little bit better. So it's good to actually sit down and chat because we
Yeah.
never get to do that. And
No,
then
never.
the thing is when you with a big group of people like at like master trainer meetings, Zest meeting, it's a group chat, so you don't get into details and one-on-one time. And when you're with a big group, it's always like jokes and then like superficial things.
Like just surface stuff. Yeah, I know.
So thank you so much for being my guest. I don't think there's anything I need to edit out of this, so it's gonna be a 25-minute video, and I don't care. So people, come join us and get to know our master trainers a little bit better today. This is Renee.
Thank
Thank
you
you
for
so much,
having me.
and I will talk to you very soon. You're not a strong tech, right? No.
Nope, not any longer.
Okay, so I won't see you at the Thursday night meeting. That
No,
will be
but that's
my
okay. You got
Friday.
my phone number.
Yeah, that's my Friday 3 a.m. meeting.
Oh my God, you're
I love it.
crazy.
I love it. I wake up and I do a 1 hour strong, and then I come back to bed. That's what I
You're
do.
awesome.
All right.
Awesome.
Well, thank
Hey,
you so
listen.
much. Have yourself a good day.
Yes,
And
and thank you for always being a friend. So just really, I have to say one thing about you. Guys, George has been a friend to me since the beginning. The very first time I met him at Zest meeting, and I think it was 2012. He was super, super friendly and very, very nice. I think it was 2012, right? How long have you been at Zest?
well, my first test meeting was 2009. That was my first
Yeah.
test.
Okay. So George was always super nice and welcoming, always very kind. And it was very intimidating to be there, but he was so friendly and just welcome and da 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 da. So, and he hasn't stopped being a good friend of mine and my family's ever. So we love you so much. So thank you for having me.
Thank you. Have a good day and have a good night. Or day.
All right,
Day
you go to
night
sleep.
for me.
Go sleep, okay?
Talk to you soon. Bye.
All right, bye.